Please join me in welcoming Sharif Maghraby. Sharif Maghraby is a change agent who uses music, art, education, and technology to inspire and enable conscious change. Please join me in welcoming Sharif. Ahlan wa sahlan.
Music. طيب. أولاً, I'd really like to thank Noha and Pepsico for inviting me out to this event. It's a real honor for me to be here. And I'm getting the clicker to work. So just a quick thing about what this is about, right? So for me, the power of music, the power of art, how music has inspired me and others to be the best version of myself and also others. كده شغال؟ يمين شمال؟ Can I have a bit more on the vocal, please? This is going to take about half an hour. I would like you all to know that this is a collaborative session. So, first of all, who's a musician? Not a single musician? فعلا? This has never happened. Okay, that's a good start. You used to play the violin. Who's an artist? Okay, actually, you're all artists. You're all artists. Remember when you were children and they threw the crayons? What did you do, yeah? You drew, right? So you're all artists, you're all creative. Something happened along the way. What happened? Who's a writer? Okay, so we have some writers. So writers, you should have raised your hand when I said who's an artist. Okay. طيب. Minda. Yes, I had an early start. You see that little, does anybody know what that little silver box is? It's a cassette recorder. Remember those things? So yeah, I had an early start and I was inspired at a very young age. Does anybody know what that is? Yes? Anybody know what that is? People in the back? Vinyl records. Remember vinyl records? Okay, so I have a very good memory of my father playing, Earth, Wind and Fire and classical music and stuff at a young age, so that also inspired me. Anybody know what that is? Yes, who said Pink Floyd? Who said Pink Floyd? Somebody in the back. You are my hero, my friend. This album is called The Dark Side of the Moon, and this album is one of the most amazing albums ever. It's a concept album. Every time you hear it, depending on where you are in your life, it's going to change. So, why did I show you this? The way this is going to go is I've broken down the journey into 7 phases, right? And every single phase has a certain life lesson or two that I basically advocate, whether to artists, to entrepreneurs, to just human beings in general. So, first stage, inspiration. When I was a kid, I used to listen to 80s pop music like Madonna and Rick Astley and stuff like that. And I have a very nice memory of listening to an album by a band called Dire Straits. Yeah? The live album is called Alchemy. Does anybody know that album? Yes? Okay, so that is one of the most amazing live albums ever. And I was inspired at a young age. So what I would like to say is, listen with an open heart to music, to people, and persevere and always trust yourself. So that's stage 1. I followed her to the station, a suitcase in my hand. Lord, I followed her to the station, a suitcase in my hand. Well, it's hot to tell, it's hot to tell, and all your love's in vain, all the love in vain. The train pulled up to the station, looked her in the eye. Oh, the train pulled up to So I discovered the blues at a young age, and it really inspired me. Thanks, can I have the clicker back? Right. To emulate. There we go. So listen with an open heart. When I first decided to learn the guitar, I wanted to understand what this thing is. Why does it do what it does? Why do these chords work with these scales? And it's not just عندنا مصطلح بالمصري بيقول لك حافظ مش فاهم. ما كنتش عايز الموضوع. In that, sorry for those who don't speak Arabic, حافظ مش فاهم means you just you know, but you don't know why. So you're just going along with the motion. So I invented this technique to teach myself the notes on the fretboard. And Bryan Adams has this lyric in his song that says, played it in summer of '69. Do you know that song? Oh, wow, we got some good people here. He's like, played it till my fingers bled. That's not a lie. That's true. I've got calluses on these 3 fingers. I can put out cigarettes here. But yeah, no pain, no gain. So I invented the system to learn guitar. And second thing, so we talked about inspiration. The importance of knowledge, the importance of educating yourself, the importance of going back and really finding what your passion is and diving deep and really investing and really progressing. If you stagnate, you die. That's, as a life coach, and you'll find out about me later. So I advocate continual progression, continual education. It's a mystery to me. We have agreed. What do we have agreed? Seems you have to want more than you need. Till you have it all, you won't be free. Society, you crazy breed. Hope you're not lonely without me. Society, crazy indeed. Hope you're not angry if you disagree. That's such a beautiful song. So, education. Do it. Learn from those who inspire you. Be authentic and be original. Any comments so far? Yeah? Anybody know what that is? So that's, I remember I used to work for a company and I got bored and it was not aligned with my purpose. So I decided to take a loan and go and study in Canada. And it was one of the best decisions of my life. Even though I spent 6 years paying back that loan. But I learned the tools that helped me express my creativity. And that is a Pro Tools station with MIDI and so on and so forth. So that was VFS, and I remember having an incident on stage where I got up. It was the first time I ever learned how to play guitar, and I was really passionate. I was playing, blah, 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 doing my solo, blah, 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 like in this Jimi Hendrix, kind of bubble. And all of a sudden, somebody just went, somebody just went, and somebody unplugged me off the stage. And it was really heart-wrenching, really, really heart-wrenching. And I was quite sad. But then that taught me that communication, music, is a collaborative effort. You have to leave space. You have to listen to what's being said. So what happened was I wrote my first song. Thank you, Noha. I'd never ever lose the fight. Said you gotta hold on to your know how. See, you gotta look before you start. Well, maybe it's just another big old lie. Maybe it's just another big blue sky. Maybe I believe it. Your brown eyes. Maybe I believe that no love died. Now, obviously, as you can tell, I've shortened all these songs for this presentation. So, master the tools that unleash your creativity or your whatever it is. I mean, this is a musical talk, but it applies across the board. And this is really important. I did this really amazing course by a company called IDEO around design thinking. And one of the very first things that they taught us in that course was for a collaborative, entrepreneurial, or even a creative environment to thrive, to flourish, you have to create this safe environment. And that safe environment means being comfortable with making mistakes. So whether you're a leader and you're dealing with people, or between you and yourself, يعني بالمصري كده حب نفسك أو حبي نفسك, don't be so hard on yourself, you know, it's all good. As long as you kind of continue to progress. So unleash your creativity, be comfortable with making mistakes. Van Morrison, you can't stay the same. If you're a musician and a singer, you have to change. That's the way it works. So again, progression, evolution, development. That is me with my acoustic fusion band in 2005 in Dubai called Dahab. And this stage, so we talked about inspiration, we talked about education, we talked about experimentation, validation. The human being requires this feedback loop that kind of like reinforces or acknowledges that they're on the right direction, right? So this validation that happened with my band Dahab was an incredible experience, because all of this time and effort that I had invested in my music started to kind of like come forth. It's like, wow, people are clapping, or like, wow, people are really enjoying this music. So that allowed me to realize that music by itself, even without lyrics, it's an instrumental, is enough to move people. So كتبت أغنية اسمها سينا. فاخدنا البلدي اللي احنا عارفينه الهشك بشك بتاع مصر, and we basically put it in this context of a band, and it was really, really, really well received. Hey man, peace and love, man. Validation. Carlos Santana, who's one of my guitar heroes, talks about the power of music, and he says that instrumental music speaks more clearly than a specific language. So I really like this quote. So the lessons from that with the validation, yeah. You got to collaborate. You can't make it on your own, yeah. So you can't succeed on your own, and you build confidence by pushing your comfort zone. فإحنا برضو as human beings, has anybody ever seen that viral thing that went on YouTube recently about the lobster? Have you seen it? So basically, quickly, the guy talks about how the lobster starts to feel stress because he's growing. And then he runs underneath this little stone and he sheds his shell, and then he builds a new shell, and then he goes again being a lobster. Now, if he's like, if you feel stress and pain today and you go to a doctor, he'll give you a pill. But no, stress and pain can be great motives and great catalysts for positive change. Yeah. How are we with time? We still have like 15 minutes left, right? لا أنا بس عشان I'm pacing myself. So this is a picture of the band 7 years later playing a corporate gig under Burj Al Arab in Dubai, and that was really, really great. And that's another picture of the band. Maturation. So this stage is where I started to become more mature as an artist. And okay, because we're short on time, I'll just show a little bit of this. One of my challenges was as somebody who was very much inspired by Western music, بس أنا مصري يعني مصري يعني فكنت إزاي how do I find that balance? So and I also grew up in Kuwait. So one of the songs that I wrote is a song called Alice, and in Kuwait there's a beat called Dana beat. Anybody from Kuwait? Anybody know about Kuwaiti stuff? So it's a Dana beat. It's like they do it in the football. So it's like. That beat is not a Western beat at all. It's actually a Bedouin beat. But then we added English lyrics to that. The other thing is this a song called Feels Alright, which is a Sinai beat, which goes like this. Again, that's not a Western beat. That's an Arabic beat. توظف شفت توظف دي حلو. توظف for a Western song. And again, ethnic scales. So in blues, for example, Western blues, this is a blues scale. That's called a blues pentatonic scale, right? But then we went and learned other scales, ethnic scales. So you hear the difference in those two scales. That was part of the maturation stage. How are you guys feeling? All right. You know, normally, I tell you all to stand up and do a victory pose because Anthony Robbins talks about how physiology changes your state. Are you up for that? Everybody get up and do a victory pose as if you just won a race. Come on. Yeah, I'm serious. Thank you. As if you just won a race. As if you just won a race. It's going to change your state, man, I tell you. Keda, keda. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Excellence. Whenever you feel down, do that. And look up to the right as well. This is one of my lyrics. Sweet music, softly heal me, hold my heart in your harmony. So, find your own sound, find your own thing. Evolve and always continue to learn, dream big. طلعت بقى جبل سانت كاترين. I climbed St. Catherine's Mountain, and this is one of the pictures that I took from there. And this is me also playing guitar in Sinai. Transformation. So, you know, life happens. Death, divorce, stress, get fired from a job, health problems, car accidents. You know, the only constant is change, as they say. So this phase in my life, and I'm going to play the song that I told Noha I would play. الأغنية دي كتبتها بالإنجلش and then I translated it to Arabic. So. مش بالرصاص قررت خلاص بالصدق وإخلاص أنا بالسلام مش بالرصاص وقت حان عن الأوان أنا مش كمان مش بهلوان. So, as you can see, that was a song that started out in English and then I decided to translate it into Egyptian. And that's part of my transformation. Do you like it? Thank you, man. Go deep, really deep. Go deep, man. Go deep with your relationships, go deep with your interactions, go deep with the people you love, go deep. Because that's where all the magic happens. So music can heal you. Stay curious like a child. You're all artists. Don't believe the lies that you tell yourself about yourself. Really. And then be honest with yourself and with others. That's a picture of me recently with my band in Dubai playing electric blues. And I'll just go quickly through this. Actualization, that's the stage 7 where basically I'm working on 2 projects now, an English project, an Arabic project. I found my sound. I'm doing this. I mean, the fact that I'm here is really, you know, something that I'm proud of. Thank you again, Noha, and everybody it's a big honor for me. And live with passion, enjoy yourself, respect everyone, and create. Everyone is creative. Say it. I am creative. You are. And I think this is really like al-khulasa yani. Everybody has a story. You choose to write your story, you choose to play your story, you choose to sing your story. Just tell your story. Tell your story. These are the manifesto. I'm going to leave it up there if anybody wants it. I'm not going to read through it because that's like death by PowerPoint. Hint, hint. If you have a presentation, don't read off the presentation. Okay, just saying. That's what they taught us in basic communication class. I'm going to leave this up there if you want to take a picture of it. This is the late, great Robin Williams. You know what music is? God's little reminder that there is something else besides us in the universe. A harmonic connection between all living things. The music of the spheres, yeah? This is my surprise for you. What is it? No, what's written there? It's a poem that I wrote recently. It's an inspiring poem. And I would like to take 2 minutes to read it, and that's it. May I? It's not a song, it's a poem. جاهزين؟ جاهزين؟ This is called Being Our Best, and I've created a brand called Being My Best. That's my coaching brand as well. And I wrote this as a way to kind of like, as a poem of inspiration, as a poem of hope. So, we are alive and blood drives us as we bend, break, and toil. We are earth and we are orbiting, our feet rooted in soil. We are strong and we are human, born fighting to become. We are active and we're alive, and action gets everything done. We are passionate, we are animals, we are clawing at the soul of man. We are creative and we are carnal, our spirits soar where they can. We are sensual to the spark, where we pleasure, where we tremble. We are healthy as we are natural, not processed, nor assembled. We are authentic at the core and forge fire from grace. We are peaceful when at war. Our crimes have been erased. We are positive and in awe, such splendor in the world. We are courageous after turmoil and hungry to emerge. We are loving and we are free. Like shy innocence we feel. We are grateful as we wake, for we are without ordeal. We are peaceful, we are healed. Our tranquil hearts relate. We are smart, our minds know how tenacity educate. We are expressive, our art flows in spirit and in song. We are artistic as energy whispers for whisking us along. We are intuitive like love and seek secrets in stars. We are spiritual at humanity. Our light cuts through the dark. Thank you. طيب. So you guys don't know me. I'm just this dude who showed up to play some music and give this talk. So this is a bio about who I am. I'm very grateful and blessed, alhamdulillah, to have been found my passion at an early age. I've worked in many cross-functional roles in senior management in media, emotional intelligence, or applied positive psychology, design thinking, كلام من ده. I'm also an author, an entrepreneur, a life coach, musician, a writer, and again, I would really like to thank you for this opportunity to be here, and God bless you all. This is my victory logo for being my best brand. Those are my contact details if anybody wants to stalk me. And again, thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, you can talk to me later because we're short on time. Salam.
Thank you, Sharif. It was amazing, honestly.